Good morning. Today we will look at two different chi-square problems, and based on that you can practice your chi-square problems. Chi-square is a problem which comes almost every year, and in 2019 you got two questions both from chi-square. So these are very important. Alright, so question number 37, you have as a result of a dice being thrown 132 times the following frequency. So each side of the dice has occurred a particular number of times. So the side 1 occurred 16 times, the side 2 occurred 20 times, the side 3 occurred 25 times, and so on, which is mentioned in the table. Now we have to test the hypothesis that the dice is unbiased. That means there is no weight on one side which forces a particular result to come. So this is a fair dice and it can be used. Alright, so let's check it out. So when you are asked to test whether something is biased and unbiased, automatically it's a chi-square problem. How do you proceed? First thing is we have to estimate if there is a unbiased dice, how many times will each side come if we are throwing the dice 132 times. So to that end we take the total number of frequency or total number of throws divided by the possible outcomes, which is 6 outcomes are there. So divide 132 by 6, we get 22. That means each outcome is possible 22 times if it's a fair dice. Now this is the estimated value. Given that it's a fair dice, each side should come 22 times. But the observed values in the table are different. So what do? We take for each side the observed value and the estimated value, and then we calculate the difference. So let's say for the side which has 1, we observe 16 times, whereas estimate is 22 times. So the difference is minus 6. Similarly, for the two side of the dice, we observe 20 times frequency, expected is 22, so difference is minus 2. So for every side like this, we will subtract the expected from the observed value to get the observed minus expected value, which is the fourth column. Then we take the square of these values. So 6 minus 6 square 36, minus 2 square 4, 3 square 9, minus 8 square 64, 7 square 49, and 6 square 36. Then we divide the observed minus expected whole square by the estimated value. So estimated value was 22, so each of them we divide by 22. So 36 divided by 22 gives me 1.64, 4 divided by 22 gives me 0.18, 9 divided by 22 gives me 0.41. So calculating all these values, we add them up to get 9.01. So this is my chi-square value. This is the chi-square statistics, observed minus expected whole square divided by the expected value. So this is equal to 9.01. Now how do we use this? We have to compare this to the significant value at a particular degrees of freedom. What is the degrees of freedom? It is the total number of possible outcomes minus 1. So here we have 6 possible outcomes. We have 6 sides of the dice. So the degrees of freedom is 6 minus 1 equal to 5, and my alpha value is 0.05. That is the level of significance. Generally default level of significance is 0.05 unless the question mentions otherwise. So we have to see this value in the table. So if we go down, I have already marked it. You can see for 5 degrees of freedom, for 0.05 levels of significance, you have the outcome 11.071. That is the significance level or chi-square significant value. So now the chi-square significant value is 11.01. This we compare with the statistics we have calculated. So because the statistics which we have calculated 9.01 is less than the chi-square 0.05 at 5 degrees of freedom, we have to accept the null hypothesis. If the calculated chi-square value had been greater, we would have rejected it, but here we do not do that. We accept the null hypothesis that the dice is unbiased, and we reject the alternative hypothesis that the dice is biased. Let's take a look at the other type of problem which comes here. You have to test for the significant difference in probably a question where they give you there is a performance between you are comparing between different sales people here. So wherever this kind of comparison comes, there is a difference between them, there is no difference between them in performance wise. So in such cases we will automatically use the chi-square test. Now for example, here 4 months sales by 3 salesmen is given, which we take down as it is, and we calculate the total. So X in the, over the 4 months sold a total of 196,000 rupees worth of goods, and in the first month in total all 3 salesmen sold 144,000 worth of goods. So like this, for each salesman we know the individual value, and for each month the total sales of all the 4 salesmen we know. So when you calculate the sum of either month wise total sales or the salesman wise total sales, when we add for all over all the salesmen, we get 588 as our total sales. Now we have to find the expected value, just like the previous example we have to find the expected value here, but here it is a bit more complicated. So how do you calculate the expected value? You have to take the total of the row, multiply it with the total of each column, and then divide it by the total possible outcomes. So here, for example, for the first cell, so let me just show you 1 second. For the first cell, where the salesman in the first month, how much he is selling, we want to know the expected value based on the data. We take the total 196 of his sales divided by the total monthly sales of multiply it by the total monthly sales of 144 and divide it by 588. So that is what we do here to get 48. Similarly, this is the expected value, 48 is the expected value. Similarly, for the first same salesman, for the second month sales, if I want to know the expected value, I will take his total sales, multiply it with the total sales of the month, and then I will divide it by 588, which is the total of all sales over all months. So that gives me 149 into 196 divided by 588, which is equal to 49.67. So this is the expected value for the first salesman in the second month. So like this, for every particular salesman for every particular month, we will calculate their expected sales value. So as a result, we get these particular sales value which are here. Now we will tabulate all of the observed values and the expected values in one table. How do we do this? We take the row and column. So suppose the first row and the first column, in both tables, the first row and the first column value, 48 is the observed sales and 48 is also the expected sales. So we will fill up both the values in this table with 48. Similarly, now let's compare for the first salesman, the second month. How much is observed sales are 49, the expected sales are 49.67. So we fill that again in the table. So 49, 49.67, right? So like this, all the observed and expected values are filled by row and column, and we maintain in both tables the same location for each observed and expected value, and we take and compare them. Then, like the previous question, again we will calculate the difference between the observed and expected. Then we calculate the square of that, and then we divide by the expected value. So same formula, only thing is we do it for all the values in the table now. So the total observed minus expected whole square divided by the expected value gives me 0.027116, which gives me the chi-square statistics value as 0.027116. Now in this problem, the degrees of freedom is a bit different. So here column minus 1 multiplied by row minus 1. So column minus 1 is 4 minus 1, row minus 1 is 3 minus 1. So 3 into 2 is 6. This is my degrees of freedom, and the level of significance is 0.05. So for the 0.05 level of significance, we have to find the 6 degrees of freedom value. We go to the chi-square table and we locate, okay, for 6 degrees of freedom, my 0.505 significance value is 12.592. So given this 12.592 chi-square value, now we can easily compare with the table value with the statistics which we have calculated. So statistic value is 0.027116. The tabulated value is 12.592. Now that means the calculated value is less than the table value, and that means we have to accept the null hypothesis. So there is no significant difference between the sales of the 3 salesmen over 4 months. So using this similar method, please solve the rest of the example questions which are given to you.